Hey Matt, just so you know, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you.
Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Oh, weird. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Anything? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm on. Sorry about that, guys. And Abby's coming back in momentarily. Cool. So you didn't hear my really awkward intro. I get to take that all over again. Guys, I really do run a podcast and know how all this audio stuff works. Okay. I'm excited to have y'all here today for the 4th of July. This is super exciting. Abby, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hey, okay, cool. We're back in business. For everybody watching, let's see who we've got. Again, we've got Cass, we've got Jocelyn, we've got Nige, we've got Aaron, we've got David, we've got on Instagram Lena, we've got Aaron, we've got Kyle, we've got so many people watching. So here is where we're going. We got Abby joining us to talk about all things CrossFit related. I know we've got one workout that's dropped. We've got a clue that's dropped. We got all kinds of things to go. But I also said to Abby, it's the 4th of July. And I think on the 4th of July, yes, it's our 250th, but truly the British are coming. And so I thought it would be appropriate for the British to come onto the show. Hey, Abby.
Hey, yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
The
Thanks
dog
for your
is going
patience.
mental in the background, so if you hear her shouting, that's going on.
Cool, cool, cool. My kids have turned our dining room table into a ping pong table. And so if you
Oh,
hear that
excellent.
happening out the door, yeah, yeah. Buy a really nice dining room table that's rectangular, and then your kids will
Yeah,
just use it as a ping pong table.
that's surely that's what dining tables are for. I like this, eating off them. What's that?
Yeah, what's that for? We don't even eat.
Yeah.
Okay, so Abby, you're wearing a Adaptive shirt. We've had Nigel on the podcast. Tell us a little bit about
Yes.
Adaptive.
So I think what active was it's the original kind of adaptive non-adaptive pairs competition that Nige started over here a good few years ago now, and it was so I went along to the very first one with my coach, who has been consistently my partner for every single Wadaptive up until she selfishly got pregnant and won't be doing October with me, which I just feel is a bit rude. Um, Inconsiderate. She could have arranged that better.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a competition that just brings such joy for me. It's I went to the very first one, coming off a couple of really nasty injuries and had lost my love for uh, competing just completely because of my experience in a couple of competitions leading to these injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And Nige just turned around and went, just do whatever, like do what you can do, and just welcomed me instantly with open arms.
Hmm.
Pushed me to do things that I was just like I was unsure that my body could do at the time. Where I was in that recovery,
Yeah.
uh, did them anyway, which was brilliant. Um, and now he's what I consider one of my closest friends. Someone I won't miss. Like, the only reason I missed last September's Adaptive is because I was at the games, and even then I was
Mm.
just like, oh, actually, which do I really want to do? Um,
I
don't
hear
tell
you.
anyone I said that.
You literally told everybody when you said that.
Damn it! Shh, everyone, keep it quiet.
I love it. I love it. Nigel just commented. He says it's a fun event and he gets to release his inner programming demons.
Yeah, no, I know, no. It's not. So he wrote for one event. Was it February last year? Nige, was your for your anniversary. So it was it was held on the anniversary of his accident,
Okay.
and he decided that he wanted for the athletes to understand how it felt to have uh, a garage door fall on them, so that they could understand how it felt. That was
Mm.
rude, Nigel. Um, I will full name him for that specific workout.
There you go.
Nigel
Nice.
Barber. No, it was thrusters and rowing, and you're just like, oh, it's just thrusters and no, it was so bad because the thrusters were double dumbbell for the able-bodied. Obviously,
Able-bodied. Yeah.
I can't do double dumbbell, so I got away with single dumbbell.
Mm-hmm.
But they were synchro,
Mm.
and the row got shorter in between each one, so you
Mm-hmm.
had less and less time to recover.
Yeah. Before you're back to thrusters, which is awful.
And the thrust, I think the thrusters increased,
Oh,
was
jeez.
the row decreased. And the last row interval, so it was a you go, I go row, but the last row interval was only like 125 odd meters each. And
Yeah.
you know how long rowing 125 meters take, because it's about 4 seconds.
Yes.
And then
Definitely
straight
like sub
off,
45 seconds.
yeah. So it's 30 thrusters into a maybe 90-second rest that you're working quite hard for the last bit of, straight
Yep.
into 40
Yep.
thrusters.
All right. Wow.
That apparently is how it feels to have a wooden door fall on your neck.
All right. We've got
It's not pleasant.
nice. Nice. Well, Nigel says he loved watching it. So there you go. He just
I
has a thing
have
for pain, I guess.
never during a workout have I looked up at the person who programmed it and given them the middle finger.
All right. So a little bit about today's show. We've got August Endurance watching us, actually. He's a new guy I've been following on Instagram, and we followed each
I've
other
seen
back.
some of his stuff. It looks really interesting.
Yeah. Related to High Rocks and kind of what he's trying to do, raise awareness about some issues there and that kind of thing, which I'm all about. But the other thing is, this being the 4th of July, I thought it would be fun on the show too. If you're watching this and you're an international athlete, you've just got an accent that isn't like mine. It's more like Abby's or maybe just not American. Send me a DM. I'll send you a link to hop on the show. I just want this show today to be just a cacophony of the diversity of our adaptive athlete community. Because yes, CrossFit is an inherently kind of started in America sport, but I think it's grown and actually is exploding in non-American places. And the adaptive side of it is taking off in South Africa, in Australia, in Europe. So anybody who is non-American and wants to hop on the show today, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'll keep an eye on my DMs and you can hop in. Nigel says, quote, "We speak proper over here." One thing I will say that I enjoy. One thing that I enjoy is when I was in seminary, I had a really good friend who was from Brighton, and he and I would study all the time, and I picked up so many of his mannerisms. So I'll say "whilst" like while I'm talking about things, and people are like, "Where's that come from?" I'm like, Jonathan taught me "whilst." So okay, so the other thing I want to make sure that we talk about today, and we've also got George Simmons Gooding and Florian watching as well, two friends from across the pond who are wonderful. We have a clue. So we got a clue. One was kind of fun. It was this one. Did you have any ideas as to what was going to happen with this clue before you saw it?
No. So I have feelings about clues to workouts. So those games, like word games and things, the one I mean, where they put pictures and you make words out of the pictures. You know the one I mean?
Yes.
I am so bad. I am so bad at that game that now, and clues are all like that to me. What they are is they're just things like that. I look at them and I'm like, I got. So that is essentially my response to 100% of every clue. And it just makes me feel really unintelligent because I look at them and everyone's like, oh, it could be this and it could be this. And I'm like, how on earth are you even getting that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
I,
my thought on this was I got nothing. I assumed it was going to be a pyramid because the ancient Egypt thing.
oh, there you go. Yeah. Wait, is the actual workout a pyramid? Did they work that into it as
Wait,
well?
is it a pyramid?
I'm pulling it up real quick.
I don't think I'd call it a pyramid because the reps don't get the reps don't get any lower, do they?
Yeah, I'm trying to grab the standing diagnosed version because I think of that as like the RX version. Hey, there's your dog.
Mm.
Okay, so what is that? 200 meter ski. No, I mean I guess it's a
No,
pyramid
it
from
kind of
ending with the
is.
ski, topping with the handstand walk.
Yeah,
But I think the bigger joke was the catalyst. That got me good. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I never would have thought of that. Cat
I
a
didn't
list.
even get it until was it you that shared the
Yeah.
cat list thing? I like even afterwards. I didn't get that until you shared it.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, I think
So
I'm getting
thanks.
better at maybe I'm getting better at the clues. We'll see. We have another one that actually just recently dropped, and so it's a video clue, and we're gonna watch it real quick, okay? And Florian was also saying that apparently the workout itself is supposed to drop at some point this morning. So if it drops while this show is live, y'all hop in the chat
Quite
and like
excited.
let me know, and I will hurry to get that thing up on the screen. Okay, here is the second clue. All right, it's got audio. Let's see how it goes.
Hey everyone, I'm Brock Yost here with the event clue. My brain just rebooted. We'll have to do that again.
All right, we're going to play that one more time so it cut off at the beginning. Here's one more time on that clue.
Hi, I'm Kevin Ogar, and this is Workout, the Adaptive CrossFit.
Hey everyone, I'm Brock Yost here with the event clue. My brain just rebooted. We'll have to do that again.
Oh,
I literally hadn't actually seen that until just now.
oh, thoughts? What jumped out at you?
Either a repeat from a previous year
Okay,
because he's talking about a reboot,
yep.
or a do it, rest, do it again.
Oh, like interval.
Yeah, or like maybe like a two AMRAPs back to back with a 60-second rest in between, but each the AMRAPs are the same.
Okay, gotcha.
But so 2 scores.
Oh, yeah, maybe that is how we get our 2 scores. That'd be fun. Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
so
had
for
9.
AMRAP A, then like 60-second rest. AMRAP B.
What if it were 3 scores actually? Your total time, and then the winner of each.
Absolutely not. That would be diabolical. Imagine that.
Okay.
That would be so bad.
So the other thing is these right here. I think it'll still pop up. Those are color bars.
Yeah.
Is what we call them in the States. So maybe there's bars. Maybe there's different bars.
I have been in my head. This is not a barbell workout, but in my head, I think the absolute perfect workout for me would be an ascending ladder.
Okay.
Of I would like it to be dumbbell snatch, all done on the same arm.
Okay.
Because biased. But if there's going to be a lot of bars, maybe we've got an ascending ladder of like a deadlift or a clean.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be fun. Lay all the bars out on the floor, and then you just run through them. Yeah. That'd be cool.
I don't think I would question the logistics of that. So one of the things that I sometimes think about is like, what would the logistics of that look like for? So if we've got all of the adaptives and we've got the teens on the floor, have we got the teens on the floor at the same time as us as well? So that's an extra like 4 heats.
I think
that's
there's
a
4
lot of heats.
I think there's 4 or 6 floors. 4 floors. We get 2 and adaptives get 2, or teens get 2 and adaptives get 2, I think.
Oh, okay, that's
so
right.
I think
then.
we get
But
our own floors. I could be completely wrong there. I don't
That's
work
good.
for Wheelwad. I don't have any insider information. That's just my hunch.
So yeah, so I think if we think about it in terms of logistics, that
Mhm.
a lot of barbells on the floor would
Mhm.
be really challenging, and they don't like us dropping barbells.
That's true. That's true.
So
Yeah,
I
so
would
maybe
say that
not.
it's probably not going to be like a clean. If it's
Yeah.
going to be a ladder, it won't be a clean or anything overhead. Or if it is, we'll have to re-rack it, which is
Breaks
my
your
worst
heart.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Just let me drop the barbell. I'm not very good at re-racking. It's really hard.
Liana Gerber, who I believe is a rookie in neuromotoric. your
No,
division.
she's 3-year. She's in my category. She's been there 24 and 25 as well. She came 4th in 24.
Oh,
Was injured last year, so she did the competition and went through it and was incredible, but was injured, so didn't finish as high as she possibly should have done, but as high as she would have done if she hadn't been injured. So she's just won the semi-finals this year, actually. In our
I saw that.
Neuromoderate, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then, sorry, Liana, for putting you down as a rookie. I had a list, and I think you were on that list, but maybe I had a different person on there, and I was mixing your name up. But anyways,
We have got a couple of rookies.
She mentioned that she would love to see a single dumbbell snatch ladder as well.
I know, right? Give us a really heavy single arm dumbbell snatch. Come on.
I think
Let me show
with
you
dumbbells...
that I can do. I don't care.
Okay, fair. Okay. Let's see here.
Let's say, what is the problem with dumbbells? Go on.
No. Hold on. Cass is commenting, and she wants to let you know that she wants your accent. So
you are more than welcome. Come over here. So I've been teaching Courtney Lopez. I will regularly, she and I have this conversation that we have going on Instagram the whole time, and I just keep sending her like, this is how you speak British, and she loves it. It's brilliant. I think she knows more British slang than I do at this point.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So no, the problem with dumbbells just is like you go like, and I'm going to do freedom units here. Sorry about that. But
That's
you
fine.
do, it's the 4th
You're
of July
allowed.
after all. Exactly. And a big birthday too, 250.
Exactly.
Man. Did you know the big word for that? Semi-quincentennial.
No, that's incredible. I saw you sent me a message with it, and I meant to reply and just be like, I love that word. But I forgot. But just so you know, I spent the entire morning this morning in the gym being like, did you know this word?
Wait, you say it with a British accent.
What is it? Semi-quincentennial?
It just sounds the same pretty much, except for the ennial.
Yeah, pretty much.
End. All right, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But no, the problem with dumbbells sometimes is they go 5, 10, 15, 20 if you're lucky, 25, 30 if you're lucky, 35, 50, 70. Like, that jump
I'm okay
from
with that.
50 to 70 is like, ugh. You're okay with that? Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'll do a 70-pound dumbbell snatch.
Nice.
Fine.
Nice. All right. Well,
but so do they not go up like ours do? So our dumbbells go up in 2.5 kilo increments, which will be like five-ish freedom units. So we will go 7.5, 10, 12.5, 15, which is 35. 17.5, 20, 22.5. Then we've got 25s, 27.5, 30,
really?
32.5, 35. So it goes all the way up, like in what would be 5 pound increments,
5 pound
all the way up
to.
Yeah. So my gym's got up to 5 pound increments up to like £100.
Well, that is super fancy.
I know, right?
I don't know. We don't have those at my gym. We probably have them at Gold's gym, like the big gyms, the big box gyms have those walls of dumbbells. Huge like big dad moment yesterday. My 17-year-old stepson. I'm whispering so that he doesn't hear. My 17-year-old stepson was sitting on the couch.
Like I can't hear you.
Was sitting on the couch, and he's been going to the gym like every day, and he just goes, "Hey, I'm getting kind of bored of my gym movements. Do you have any advice?" And I was like, "Oh, don't overstep. What movements are you doing?" Yeah. So I started like, "What movements are you doing? What are you training for? What are your goals?" And he goes, "Well, I do a lot of like bicep curls." And I was like, okay, cool. He goes, yeah, but like the dumbbells get too heavy. I'm still whispering. The dumbbells get too heavy and I feel like I can't do like more at that weight. And I'm like, okay, so drop your set size, and increase your load. Yeah, but it's, it's still too heavy. And it's just because I want to be like, it's because you're doing bicep curls. Do something better.
Correct. just don't do bicep curls.
but I'm trying to like, that thing. I mean, I don't know if anybody listening has like kids, but especially with like teenagers, and they just give you that window in, and you're like, don't slam the window, Matt. Don't slam the window, or don't let
Just
them slam the
be
window.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them they're doing really well.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I think he might have headed to the gym already for the morning. So we'll see if he takes my advice. We'll find out.
He might do get him to do tricep extensions as well to balance his arms.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like pull downs or maybe
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
He's clearly going to be a gym bro. So every day is chest day.
Yes. What's funny is he's a runner, and so he's afraid to do too much like squatting and like mess his legs up. So he's kind of like building this out here, and I'm like, cool, dude. Yeah, have fun. So it's fun that he's interested in my advice, and I'm a little scared.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Lauren Taylor's also
Don't
watching.
ever tell him to do 20 reps because 20 reps is cardio, and it's just rude.
Right, dude, drop to like a 15 and just do 20. Yeah,
just do all of the reps that you can.
I like it.
I have 15 deadlifts in a workout yesterday. Not okay with that. I don't care what the weight is.
All right, so again, if anybody's watching who is non-American and wants to hop on the show, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I will get you a link to join the show. I'll actually put the link up on, I believe I can put it up as a widget right now. Nope, I can't. And that's okay. That's probably for the better. But I would love for any of you who are non-Americans who want to join the show today, hop on the show. Abby, though, we actually haven't properly introduced you to the members of the community. So what is it about you that makes you an adaptive athlete?
So I sit in the neuromoderate category, as probably became clear. My underlying impairment is I have EDS, which is a connective tissue disorder. But the thing that actually makes me adaptive is the accidents, injuries that I have had along the way that have been caused by it. So I can't use. So I've had my right shoulder has been pinned in place, and it exploded, and an accident off a diving board when I was like 13-ish. Came off a diving board and it ruined my shoulder entirely. Everything got torn up in there. So it's all been put back in place, all been tied back in place. So I don't have any pec minor. I only have half of my lats attached through there. My front and side delts just don't engage at all. They don't work at all. And it's all been tied in so tight that I've got basically severely restricted mobility through there. And there's a minor brachial plexus injury that you might see in someone in upper. So I can't really feel that hand. I can't really grip anything. I can do this. So like I can't. That's kind of the range of motion that I've got in terms of active range of motion, and that passive range of motion a little bit further. But because the muscles don't engage, they don't work. And then I have also, as a result of the same injury, I have done damage to my hips, and my femoral nerve doesn't work either. So my hip flexors also just don't. So that means I can't lift
on both sides.
On both, bilateral hip lack of power there, so I can't lift my legs at all. So all of this stuff, so you've seen that we've had recently this sit on a box and lift your legs to get your knees above parallel. I can't do that because I can't lift the weight of my own legs. So that's
right. So it almost turns into like oh man, we have 2 weeks in a row where I've gotten stuck on box squats. If Kyle Harper is listening to this, he's gonna laugh at me. Yeah. So but like basically you almost have to like tilt your entire pelvis like back, right? Your whole body.
Even then I can't get but I can't get my knees above the hip crease.
Okay.
I can't so if I lean back, my legs stay on the box. Because I can't lift the weight of them. So I have to use my hands to physically lift my leg up.
Huh.
Ask me how I did those thrusters in the semi-finals.
I think I
in
saw
the Open.
videos.
Yeah. So because I've got to like literally lift it up. Every movement that I do with my legs just relies on momentum and me literally just yeeting them forwards and vaguely hoping that I land on them.
But if there isn't a box and you don't have to do that, lifting them above parallel, you can squat below parallel.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's essentially it's the front of my legs. So it's just the hip flexor. So the psoas and all of this stuff that there's the signaling just doesn't get through. I can lift my legs to around about like it's it was measured last time it was measured, it was around about 35 degrees.
Okay.
But after that, like if they're going higher than that, it's because I have generated momentum off the floor or because I have physically lifted them with my hand. I've also I have basically no mobility in, or I have no dorsiflexion either in either of my feet. So I've torn both of my Achilles at least twice each.
Wow.
I've dislocated both of my hips a number of times. I've broken my back, so I have a minor spinal cord injury in my lumbar spine, and so as a result, it's very easy for me to say I'm an adaptive athlete because I've got EDS. And I think that we've talked before about eligible impairments and what is and isn't eligible impairment. The eligible impairments I have are around range of motion and power, because I just can't move those limbs against gravity because the limb is too heavy and the signaling doesn't get through to the muscle. So, but it's in 3 of those limbs. So it's quite complicated.
Yeah. Well, of course. And that's
Yeah.
what makes parasport challenging and
I know,
important,
right?
though, to have
So
conversations.
where do you
like
put
that.
someone like me?
Yeah. So real quick, I want to this is also important when we have conversations like this, is the encouragement, right? Of Nigel saying things like, with all that, you still graft hard, whatever that means. What does grafting mean?
Work hard.
Oh, okay.
Grafting.
Gotcha.
Working.
Okay. Oh, that's
Grafting.
like a gardening thing here.
What is it there?
Like gardening, like, like where you like cut off like a piece of a plant and graft it into like a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, nevertheless, you
Anyway.
still work really hard. But that's what makes parasport challenging. So I think my follow-up question to you is, have you ever been officially classified by a para organization for a parasport? Have you done parasport? Yeah. How'd that go?
So I was many years ago, back 20, 25 years ago. So my injury happened the injury that has, so when it comes to parasport, there is this really interesting thing around EDS. So Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS, is generally now not recognized as something that you can be para-classified with. And that has been since, I think the rule change was in around about 2012, 2014, 2016, somewhere around about in that Paralympic cycle. I am still eligible because of the impact, because of the injuries that I have suffered. I was first classified in para swimming back in the late 90s, which was about 5 years after my diving injury. So, because I was coming off the diving boards, obviously you can probably tell I come from a swimming background. So the first sport I was classified in was para swimming. I have also been classified in para rowing, and in cycling. But I was never actually I'm going to say I was never actually good enough at any of them to be competitive. So because I was going through all of this and a very, very slow recovery process from this major injury. And I was first classified, like I say, I think it was 98, 99-ish. And then we had a look at, there was no way I was going to be ready for 2002. And then when 2006 came around, it was fairly clear that I wasn't going to be good enough. I continued doing it and continued doing sport for the whole time, which was super fun. but then we got London 2012, and they put a lot of us on various development tracks, and it was really obvious by that point that I'm a decent swimmer.
Yeah.
I'm decent. Rowing's not in the rowing on
Cycling.
the machine is not in the Paralympics.
Okay.
And cycling, we've got, at the time, I'm in the same category. If you are British, you will understand. At the time, I was in the same category as Kadina Cox. Shut up. I cannot compete with that. She's just like, I think that there's this thing that we have, and it's something that I find super challenging sometimes, that people think that if you are disabled and you do sport, you must be good enough to go to the Paralympics because it's really easy. And you're like, no. I don't think you understand how good these people are.
Yeah.
By the time we got to 2012, I would have been 30 anyway, so I would have been old. But even back when it was vaguely possible, like 98, 2002, 2006, when it was, people were just like, you might get it, maybe. No, like, you have to be so good at your sport. And while, like I say, I'm not bad at any of the sports, I'm not that good. Like,
I think that's what's been super
Tom
humbling,
Miaska, haven't you?
right?
Yeah.
Well, meeting Tom, but then also meeting other para athletes that do rock climbing and that do track and field, and just being like, oh my gosh, like
they're good at this.
Their times are better than a lot of able-bodied people, and their climbing skills are better than a lot of able-bodied people.
I never classified it. So we looked at track and field classification, which was a really interesting one. So in track and field, I would either classify as someone with an upper limb impairment, or I would classify as someone with a lower limb impairment.
Okay.
But I would not classify. So in track and field, as you know, you've got the T30 somethings, which is where people like yourself with CP and people with balance and coordination impairments, that's where they sit. I wouldn't classify in that.
Okay.
Because I don't have the right eligible impairments. I would either have to pick upper or lower, because I've got both. So I could classify in either of them.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, actually, I'm really bad at running. So let's just not bother.
So before I jump to a follow-up question, real quick, Tori Cinch is watching the show on Instagram. Tori trains out of the Hambo Foundation. She's in seeded 2 this year. Seeded 2. Yes, seeded 2.
Did
won the
weightlifting competition with her. She's so strong.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
She's friend of the pod, and actually her episode's going to drop on Monday. So, Tori, if you're listening to this and want to hop on the show, we'd love to talk to you a little bit. Send me a DM. I'll shoot you a link to hop on the show to chat with you for a little bit as well. But Abby, the question I wanted to come back to is, when you were kind of figuring out, okay, track and field, para swimming, all that kind of stuff, did you have someone helping you navigate that? Like, was the British Federation kind of helping you navigate that? Were you just navigating it with your coach? That kind of thing.
It was mostly with my swimming coach at the time, so I didn't have any other, so I wasn't doing any other sport. It just so happened that they were a little bit involved with para swimming. There were some, because I was diving beforehand, so through my diving club I got involved in the swim club after I had my accident, and then they helped that, but there wasn't anything really kind of, and then when they saw like my size, they just went, oh, try rowing on a concept 2 rower, and I was like, all right, and just turned out that I wasn't, again, I'm not, in terms of indoor rowing, I'm not that good, but for CrossFit purposes, I'm one of the better rowers. But it's like, so it was just, let's see what happens. Like, the worst thing that can happen is that they'll say no. The worst thing that can happen is they'll say, oh, you don't fit in any of our categories. And I think that's kind of one of the things that you have with a really complex profile like mine. It's, you can't say, so you have to kind of pick an impairment, as it were, which sounds like it's really difficult, because there's this list of eligible impairments. I have both range of motion and power impairments. You're not allowed that. You've got to pick one of those. So picking the right one for the context that you're in, and then finding a I was very lucky with medical providers who were all really supportive of it, because they'd always encouraged me. And I think that because I was in the water, and swimming is seen as a really good rehab tool for many, many injuries and many, many different things as well. So I was really strongly encouraged to get back in the water as quickly as I could.
Okay.
So them turning around and being like, yes, we can help you with that, and seeing that I wanted and was willing to try it. So they just turned around and went, yeah, absolutely. But there was no one there. And I hope that it's changed now. I don't know that it's changed now, but I hope that it has now, that there's more people to support and to help young athletes come along and to understand actually what classification is, what what eligible impairments are, how you navigate the system. There's another British athlete who has a rookie qualified this year, Ellie Bamber. She's been very involved in para swimming. She's a swim coach, and I think her mum's really active. Her mother's really active in the para swimming world as well. So they will definitely know significantly more about how much support there is for young athletes. But looking at what they do, it looks like there's so much more support for young athletes with disabilities now to support them to navigate that. But like I say, back when I was doing this,
in the late
which was, like I
90s,
said,
early 2000s, there wasn't.
last
there wasn't
century, there wasn't.
last century.
Last century. That's how old we
That's
are,
fair.
just so you know.
Well, I mean, I think, in fact, if Nigel is still listening, one of the things that we talked about in our episode was kind of like how his injury was like in the mid 90s and how lonely it was, because, you didn't have a lot of people around you that you could talk to about it. The idea of adaptive, I'd be so interested to know kind of when that really got into the foreground of conversations. Now we think about it, adaptive CrossFit, adaptive high rocks, adaptive blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Not in a pejorative way. But I feel like that's a relatively new turn of phrase that people
Definitely.
are using and finding, and being able to find a space to identify, and through that find community, right? Because I think that's been the biggest part for many of us in this experience.
Yeah, there was nothing. Like, I think, again, I have this, again, because of the complex nature of my impairment, it means that I have kind of the best. I try to see this as my having the best of both worlds. That is, I was born with an impairment, so I've had the advantage of having to navigate that from birth.
Yeah.
But also, I have an acquired impairment that meant that there was a point in time when I went from, I have a progressive illness that will continue. So like, that's still there. I will eventually be a wheelchair user because my hips will give up and they won't be able to take it anymore. And I'm very aware of how my EDS is likely to progress. But also, I've had this acquired impairment that means that I've had to navigate this sudden change, really sudden change. But it was probably easier for me than it was for many people who had an acquired impairment, because I was already in this place where I was, before I had an accident on the diving boards, for example, I was already dislocating my shoulder like every day.
Yeah.
I'd already torn my Achilles. Like, I was born with dislocated wrists. They're still like, they're on wrong now. They look weird. So I've had this really complex relationship with it, and it's been a really difficult relationship with it sometimes, where I feel guilty for not being disabled enough to look disabled. Like, when you have to stare at me to see that I don't walk normally, and that I don't move like a normal person. But and it was really hard to navigate that. So my injury happened around about the same time as Nigel's. It was, I think, within 6 months of his, in actual fact, which is a bit weird. And navigating that growing up there was no community. I was the only one. So I grew up in a really small village down in the southwest of England, but further east than Nige. I'll use your word, your the American words because it's your birthday, isn't it? In what you would call like a national park, like right on the edge of a
Oh,
national
okay.
park. So
Okay.
there's tiny village, edge of a national park. There's no one there. There's no support there.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like 10 years ago, really, that you started seeing other people and that it was okay to be disabled.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that it was that there were people who understood what it meant and understood and could talk about it, having this kind of mixture between an invisible disability and when I'm on the competition floor, very visible, probably more so than most people in my category. Because you will look at me and say, oh, that one's clearly impaired because I can't use my arm.
Sure. Yeah.
But
But
then
you
like,
can
well,
hide
well,
that
then
kind of
why
stuff
are
in
you?
day-to-day stuff.
It's so easy to hide it day to day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then having the questions like, well, why aren't you in upper then? And I'm like, oh, God. Because it's really hard to navigate that sometimes, even now, but it's way more accessible. There's so much more information and you can just point people in the direction. And I love the whole adaptive sport thing that's coming through and making it, and that slight difference to me between adaptive sport and para sport. Not mad keen on the word adaptive, because to me it's a little bit reductive. I am not, like, I don't adapt the sport. I do the sport. The sport isn't adaptive. I'm not adaptive. I don't adapt to the sport. I'm not adaptive. I don't adapt to the sport adapts to me.
Oh, interesting. I take it from a different, not to start an argument, but I take it from a different perspective because I've been reflecting a lot on kind of the overall stream of my life. And I think my life has been one lived out of adaptation. And I found myself in a career path of live audio and live events where, like, you're paid to be really good at adapting. When mics fail, when signals don't work. And I'm like, oh, that's the through line all the way through. When I do, when I preach, like, I don't really like to use a manuscript. I mean, I'll have an outline, but I kind of like the feeling of how things are going and then vibing sounds really loose in a preaching context, but, kind of going with
100%.
What's happening, and adapting to what's happening in the room and that kind of thing. So I've kind of seen
really
it as a through
interesting.
line. Yeah.
I know, because I find that super interesting because I don't do the same as what you do, but what I do, so I facilitate training sessions all the time. So part of what I do is deliver learning in a work context. And I have exactly the same approach to it. I have a outline, but then you adapt to what's going on in the room. But so it's similar there in terms of adapting that, but it's just, it feels a little bit squicky to me sometimes. And again, this is very much an each to their own, and I have no real reason for feeling it.
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly because of the work that I do is about creating opportunity for any people who come from any minoritized background. So I work in inclusion diversity, specifically in terms of the learning that I deliver. So we have to be really conscious of and really careful about the language that we use sometimes and how we present it. Can I think of something better? Absolutely not. So that's why I genuinely don't really care. But it just, occasionally in the background, you're just like, I don't adapt to the sport. It's so when I'm delivering learning, I don't adapt my style. I do respond to the situation I'm in. But again, like I say, I've got absolutely no reason for it. And I've got I'm not really that bothered by it. But
all right, let me pull a couple of things in here. It's okay. It's all good. I love it. By the way, diversity and inclusion didn't make it to America's 250th. Sorry to report. It kind of got lost somewhere in the late 240s. Okay. So Lauren Taylor wants to make sure that we shout out her dog Cooper, says hi.
Hi Cooper. Hi, baby. I love you.
There we go. Wow,
love her
I didn't
so
know that's
much.
where that was going.
Just so you
Then
know.
a couple of real quick hits before we bring Tori Cinch, and we've got Alex Zirkenbach watching. We've also got a couple other people watching on Instagram, and then Cowboy Dave wants to ask how your burpees are going.
Oh, did I ever tell you the most? Cowboy Dave, I love you, but I am going to tell this story. It's the most American thing. And
Okay.
I love Cowboy Dave. I love him with my whole heart. That man is incredible. He literally picked me up and carried me off the floor last year at the games. When I was spazzing out at the end of it and just being like, nah. Turns out I'd torn my rotator cuff on the floor. So that was nice. But
Oh.
anyway, I am notoriously bad at burpees. I am not good at burpees. Like, I'm tall, I'm heavy. Moving up and down is really difficult when you can only
Long
push with one
limbs,
arm. Exactly.
especially when
You
you have to
feel
like stand up all the way.
it's a long way.
It's
It's
a
not
long
okay.
way, man.
It's a long way. It's not. I don't like it. Especially when it comes to like opening up my hips and stuff. I've been caught
Right.
by the. I got caught by the burpee police one time.
Oh, geez.
They took away every single one of my reps in a burpee workout one year. I
Yikes.
can't remember what it was. It's just so bad. Anyway, I was being British at Cowboy
Mhm.
Dave at the games last year, and I was like, Dave,
Mm.
I'm bad at burpees. I just don't like them. I'm really bad at them. I hate burpees. They're just terrible. He turned around and just went in the most American way ever. Why don't you just practice them? If you practice them, you really go. I was like, Dave, I am
Look.
not looking for tips right now. I'm not looking for
I
a
love it. I love
solution.
it. I love it.
Stop being so American. So I've been practicing my burpees. I'm still bad at burpees. I've been
Okay.
practicing
Yeah.
burpees. I came home back to the UK, and my gym owner, lovely man called Joe Halliday, he runs CrossFit Woolwich, and he'd said that no matter what happened at the games, if I came back still bad at burpees, then I would have to rescind any medal. So if I podiumed at the games last year, he was like, if you come back bad at burpees, I'm going to take your medal away, because
Okay.
no, you are not allowed. And I came back, I was still bad at burpees. I'd moved from second place to third place in that final event last year that had all of the burpees in.
Oh my
So I
God.
came back still bad at burpees, and he went, nope. And so between Cowboy Dave and Joe, they then programmed, so I was doing burpees every day because Cowboy Dave had
Yep.
said, why don't you try that? So I went, okay, fine. So I did it. And then Christmas last year, we did, 12 days of Christmas workout.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard
We did
12 days of burpees.
burpees.
Absolutely insanity.
I'm genuinely not kidding. I have still got a scar on my knee because I skinned my knee from doing, it was 364 odd burpees on the 12 days of burpees.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still doing as many as I can. I'm doing them all the time. I'm still really bad at them. I'm still slow, but I am better than I was.
Okay.
So turns out, if you want to be better at something, what you need to do is listen to a man
More
in a cowboy
of
hat.
that thing. Oh God.
That's not the lesson that I got.
All right. We're gonna bring this in. We're gonna get another British person in here and let the British invasion truly take over. We've also got Lauren watching on Instagram. Lauren is the Secretary General or something like that of IF3. And he's awesome. And Lauren, thanks for watching the show. Lawrence, that's his name. And so he's super cool. But listen, we've got Tori Cinch who's going to come on the show right now. Tori, we're welcoming you on. Boom. And
Thanks.
now, hey,
Hiya.
Hi.
and now the American is outnumbered. So take it away. What do we need to know about the 4th of July? What do you guys learn about the 4th of July?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
But
Like, I'm genuinely. The British were a bit busy at the time.
I remember being in America on the 4th of July and it being insanely busy. That's my kind of takeaway for the 4th of July. And very good fireworks. Very good fireworks.
Yeah, we learned absolutely nothing about it. In 1776, we were fighting the French. There was stuff going on.
We had you distracted. We had you caught off guard.
I mean, I think essentially what happened was, and all I'm going to say is, we let you win.
Oh, okay.
Weren't important enough to us. So not important that we just went, nah.
Nice, nice. Well, I'm going to celebrate today by going and listening to the Hamilton soundtrack. So that's going to be, yeah. Just kind of take in, America through rap to appreciate it today. Tori, how is your games prep going?
It's okay. It's a lot. Trying to keep up a full-time job and do games prep too. It's quite a lot. My body's definitely taking the brunt of it. But we're less than 3 weeks out now. So the end is soon.
When are you flying out, Tori?
We fly on the 21st. So yeah, and then my coach and a few people from my box are flying out on the 22nd. So so it's so soon.
Wow. That's crazy. It's coming up. 3 weeks will be the middle Saturday of the competition.
Yeah, which is just crazy. Like, it'd be good to have some more of the workouts released. I think that would be nice. Because it feels so close, but still have no idea quite what's going on. But that's fine.
What do you reckon to this new workout?
I honestly have no idea. I was so wrong on the first one that I just think that I don't necessarily get the right measure of it. Every time they release a clue, I put it into the California chat for those who are going out, and you probably get about 8 different responses as to quite what it could be. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Have you guys had any thoughts on what you think it will be? I don't know if you've quite touched on it yet.
We touched on it towards the beginning, but my only thought is that reboot, the idea of reboot that he talks about, the brain rebooted and kind of switching the two of them up. I wonder if I can't imagine that they'll make the teens.
Are we going to have to do one of the teens? No, are we going to have to do one of the events that the teens did last year, and the teens will have to do one of the events that we did last year?
Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe they're going to flip flop.
A good suggestion. Yeah.
I don't know what the teens did last year.
Switches halfway, and then halfway through, you've got the same movements but in the opposite order.
What if you start an AMRAP and then halfway through a teen takes over for you?
Oh, I'm in.
And you get paired with a teen?
100%. I'm okay with that. As long as it means I get rest.
Some 14-year-old girl just walks up and goes, "I'll take over now." And you're like, "You can do burpees?" And she's like, "Yeah, I can do burpees."
That's it. 14-year-olds are so bouncy, so
Right. Or what if it's a carry? You have to carry the 14-year-old. Like a.
That's easy for me. They can just sit on my knee. Off they go.
Off they go.
Yeah,
I'll get them over my shoulder like that.
There you go.
I'm pretty good with a sandbag, so
That's right. Abby, what advice do you have for Tori since she's a rookie?
Just love it, enjoy it, just take it all in. I think that's kind of the thing. You're I was. The leaderboard will happen. Control what you can control. You've done the work. Trust in yourself. Whatever else happens, as long as you've laid your best on the floor, the outcome just is I'm about to say that the outcome is the least important thing, and I genuinely believe that to be true. The outcome, where you end up on the leaderboard, is the least important thing because it's completely not in your control.
Yeah.
What is in your control is the work that you do in the lead up to it, and how you approach the workout and how you lay yourself down on the floor. And as long as you are happy with how you've laid yourself down on the floor, leaderboard, not important.
That's right.
Yeah.
In these last few minutes, we've got Becca from South Africa watching. Kyle Harper just hopped in from South Africa. We've also got Pit Prodigy popped on for a second. I don't know if they're still watching, guys. If you know anything about this clue or want to give other hints to the clue, feel free to drop it in the chat. Also, if you know when this workout is dropping, or have they announced when these workouts are dropping? Do they have a rhythm, a cadence to them? Have we picked up on anything? Okay.
Now, when did the first one drop? Do you remember?
Wasn't it a day after the clue? I think it was 24 hours after the clue.
Yeah, and I feel like the clue's been out for 24 hours.
I feel like it's been out. I feel like it's been out forever.
All right. Well, then we'll get it today.
Do you know how many events we're getting? Do you know how many workouts we're getting? What would be your guess? How many we are going to have?
You're asking me? I think it's 7.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
2
Friday, 3 Saturday.
3 Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Yeah, because we got to fit in the opening ceremony, so everybody's got to get over to that arena.
Then get back again.
And get back again. and get back again, yeah, I've got feelings on that. Not that I think it's a bad idea. I just think it's going to be a real logistical kind of pinch point in the weekend. That I really hope doesn't impact the flow of the weekend. I would hate to see us run behind on Friday where athletes aren't getting done competing until like 9:00, then having to turn around and get back in the venue around like 6 or 7. We had a couple of those days at San Antonio.
Yes, I remember that.
Where it was like,
we had
whoa.
to do our, oh yes, you would have had to do it the same because you were neuromoderate as well, but having to do that heavy clean at like 7:30 or whenever it was.
Yes.
No,
yes.
okay. I'm not a morning worker-outer anyway. And I'm specifically not a heavy lifter at like 7:30 a.m. That was rude.
That would be the dream. Like, I'd love the early mornings. I'm all for that. Absolutely. Like, hit me with it. 6 a.m., 7 a.m. every morning. That's when we work.
I want a lovely lie-in, please.
Yeah.
10 o'clock, and then I might be able to start moving, maybe.
Nice. Yeah, so I think 7 workouts, 2 Friday, 3 Saturday, 2 Sunday, so we have time for partying.
That's what I was thinking too.
And maybe some double scored events where you end up with 9 scores to kind of give you a good, a good scoring pool to go from. I think that'd be pretty good. So yeah,
sounds about reasonable.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean,
what
again,
are you looking
I don't
forward
know
to
anything.
most, Tori?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think just the whole experience, because I think obviously it's so new, and I've only had really like 6 months for this, and I wouldn't say that I properly started prepping until after the semis, because before that I was just doing my usual CrossFit classes like Monday to Friday, just taking it as I could because this wasn't really on the cards. So I think just a bit of everything really.
Yeah. Well, cool. Abby, Tori, thanks so much for being here on this 4th of July with the podcast, kind of doing something a little bit different, inviting over the British. So it's been wonderful having you both on the show. Tori, your episode drops on Monday, believe it or not.
Thank you.
So Abby, we'll have to get you on after the games for a true podcast episode. Is there anything anybody needs to know about your guys' fundraising efforts, or any ways that people can support you in getting to the games? Tori?
So massive thank you to the massive action takers. The funding that I received from those has meant that I've been able to fly my coach out. So I'm very, very grateful to have that. I'm enormously grateful for the support that they've offered. And then we have at my CrossFit box, CrossFit Bruff, we're doing a fundraiser workout on the 17th of July, and we're going to make all of the people who do it seated. So they get a proper feel for like what it's like to be a seated athlete. And then Defiant Print Co. have obviously been selling the t-shirts for both myself and Abby. I've got one of mine on, and all the profits from that are going towards us athletes direct. So that's kind of the main things for me.
Awesome. What about you, Abby?
Similar, but obviously not the massive action takers. That was an incredible thing that they've done. I'm just the support that Roderick shows for the adaptive athletes every year is just amazing, and he doesn't have to I think that's kind of the thing. He doesn't have to do this, and then every year he does, and he pulls through with something incredible. And it is just, allies like that are so important to what we do, and I think that's just, seeing that and seeing the support that he gives to us as a community as well is just incredible. And we cannot thank him enough for all of the work that he does. Then we've got our gym workout as well, obviously. And then I've got, like Tori said, there's the Defiant Print Co. are doing the t-shirts for the British athletes. And I have a GoFundMe up as well,
Awesome.
Which hopefully will get us a little bit of extra to get out there.
Very cool. Where you can find both Abby and Tori on Instagram, where they have their stuff about their fundraising opportunities and all that kind of stuff. Ladies, so thank you so much for joining me today, for being on the podcast. And I will see both of you in San Jose in just like 20 days.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So scary. It's getting so soon.
Yep. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Thank you. Happy 4th.
See you later.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us for the live show today. Just a couple of things that I want to make sure you guys know about. One, you can follow Abby and Tori and all the other adaptive athletes on Instagram. Go look up their accounts, look up their fundraisers, pick one or two of them to support, to make a difference, to help them get to San Jose for the games. We've got a new episode dropping on Monday with Tori. And if you haven't listened to my episode from last week with Noah, it's pretty funny. I think it's one of my more just kind of off the cuff interviews. He really just has this personality that just shines through in the episode, and we had a ton of fun. Also, we should have a workout dropping today or tomorrow. Once that does, we'll post it, we'll talk about it, all that kind of stuff. And lastly, I hope you all have a great 4th of July. For those of you in the U.S., maybe watch Independence Day. I know Cowboy Dave watches Jaws. I'll be watching Independence Day though, because that's a good movie, and some soccer. That game last night with Cape Verde and Argentina was amazing. I did not realize, by the way, I'm in the Tampa Bay area. I did not realize the Cape Verde team is actually staying in Tampa for their games that they're playing in Miami and Atlanta. And so yeah, it had a little bit of a Tampa vibe that I was waking up to this morning with our mayor was there, and like a whole bunch of people were super excited for what happened for Cape Verde. Y'all, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting the show, helping this thing grow, helping it be what it can be. We will be back next week on a Saturday, time to be determined, with some more content related to the games. We're just going to be live on Saturdays up through the games. I'll be at the games with the podcast, ready to talk to some people, record some short episodes, capture your stories so that more people can know what you all are capable of. Thanks so much for joining. I'm Matt Hotho, and I will see you guys next time.